There had never been a more important time for Qantas to emotionally connect with everyday Australians. After a very challenging 2011, the 2012 London Games became a huge opportunity to remind Australians that Qantas had been and continued to be a supporter of the Olympic team for more than 60 years. We wanted to build the most sophisticated and integrated sponsorship activation in the company's history. One that would demonstrate to all Australians the lengths that Qantas will go to support Australians. Introducing QF 2012 London. Our first move was to forge deep relationships with 13 key athletes that would take on ambassador roles for the Qantas brand. Our ambassador team debuted in November 2011. Through their eyes, we aim to tell the story of their London adventure, share these stories with all Australians and demonstrate that Qantas was there to help every step of the way.
For me, of any brand, I think Qantas has the strongest link to the Olympics.
It was important to build the profile of lesser-known sports and athletes and share these personal experiences, regardless of whether they were household names or not. This, we believed, would connect the athletes and the Qantas brand with every Australian. The first burst of these athlete stories were featured on all our aircraft and throughout Australian airports. We also featured athletes in our safety video. Next were community-based events where our team would be amongst the community. The Liesl versus Bondi swim at Bondi Beach and the Lauren Mitchell gym bus event in Perth were prime examples. We worked closely with the Nine Network to showcase these events as well as individual athletes' London preparations at this time. And combined our own social media channels with our athletes, increasing our ability to speak in social media and keep Australians up to date with their progress. As London 2012 approached, we began rolling out our mainstream program, featuring the best Olympic television spot that we have ever created, combined with supporting print, outdoor, digital, experiential and social media. In the final week of the lead-in, we ran a good luck program across many channels, including throughout Qantas clubs, the Macquarie Radio Network, digital and social media, and frequent flyer newsletters that are sent to 8.5 million Australians. Then, after 3 years of careful planning and almost 12 months of QF 2012 London activity, it was time. Time to fly to London. We took over the 5-star Sofitel St James, smack bang in the heart of London. We created a first-class lounge where frequent flyers, corporate Australia and the athletes and their friends and families could meet and savour their London experience. And what a 3 weeks it was! It seemed to be over in a flash. We then moved our entire operation to Stansted Airport to fly the athletes home on a private 747. Back in Sydney, our own hangar hosted friends, family, the media and even the Prime Minister as we welcomed home the team, with Nine telecasting the entire event. Finally, we continue to work with the athletes to share their stories of a magical 3 weeks. We now know that according to Ipsos Olympic Effectiveness Research, Qantas is considered the top sponsor of the AOC, APC and London Games in both unaided and aided awareness measures. Additionally, we generated more than $13 million of unpaid media coverage that reached a cumulative audience in excess of 50 million. The revenue we raised from specific AOC team sponsorship leverage campaigns far exceeded expectations. But most importantly, we set out to reconnect with Australians on an emotional level. So when we discovered that more than 80% of our audience were touched by our program at least 5 times, and of these people 55% told us that they now have a more positive sentiment toward the airline, then you can understand we were pretty excited. Bring on Rio!